Okay, we're going to see how this goes. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I am trying to see how this is going to work. I would like to do this more often, and I'll probably get rid of the big headphones here. Probably really don't need them. The thing I want to give a try here tonight is how well I can pull off doing a map analysis while I'm um, doing this. So I have the camera currently on everything, but I am going to switch over and I'll show you some of the stuff that I kind of look at here. I need my reading glasses back. So before I do an analysis, I kind of like to look with what WPC has on their map here. This is the one from 21Z, which is about 2 hours ago. It's currently 7 o'clock local, which is 23Z in Zulu time, UTC. And this is the latest one that WPC has done, is the one from 2 hours ago at 5 o'clock. And then the next thing I would look at is College of DuPage. Oops, not that one. Not that one either. Oh, yeah, it was. I usually go here to do the map analysis. Now, one of the reasons I'm going to try and do this is I want to try and do some take a look at the convective potential each day before I go into work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that when I'm going in for the morning, but it is something that I would like to try to do. Now, on a day like today or the rest of the evening, it looks like everything's pretty marginal across there. The Great Lakes are pretty quiet. I'm going to be focusing on Great Lakes. If you want to learn more about this stuff, I would say go to Tim Vasquez's channel at Forecast Lab, although the free site portion of it on YouTube is going to be he's going to be pretty quiet here for the next month. He's got other stuff. He does have a Patreon page where I think you can get some live stuff in there. I suppose in a way I would, where he concentrates on chasing and looking at stuff pretty much where the chase is going to be, which is mainly in the plains. I'd probably just do a daily thing about the Great Lakes. And right now, we're just getting towards the beginning of thunderstorm season and severe weather. It's still going to be pretty weak at this point because our temperatures are only in the 60s or expected to be for highs the next couple of days. So we'll see how this works. Most of it is going to be on here. So after I kind of look through, and I'm not going to bother to read all this stuff on the discussion, but I usually go to the storm predictions page and take a look at things there. Sometimes I'll use their mesoanalysis page as well. Then I pull into College of DuPage, and they have a nice little map here, which gets into a PDF sort of format. And with my tablet, I can put it into markup. Doggy, you're in the wrong place. And I'm going to take my camera here and turn it off. I'm going to go to just the iPad capture. And I'm going to attempt to do a map analysis on here. Now, I've been doing these for a long time. Things have in the Weather Service are a little bit more somewhat automated. Sometimes I try to do a hand analysis. And since I got this tablet, I've been trying to get myself to go into these a little bit more. Readjust my mic here. All right. And if I do that, I'm just got to try to figure out where everything's going to be. So you should see as I'm doing these where the where my lines are as I draw it. All right, looks like 28 There's almost 30. Oh, there's some 30s in there. Let's start with 30. And I usually do every 2 millibars or hectopascals, depending on where you're from. Considering my meteorological training and career started back in the late 80s and early 90s, I have, oh, there we are. Okay. The one nice thing about these is that my camera just shut off, which is okay. It doesn't need to be on at this point. One nice thing about these is that you can erase everything pretty well if you do something wrong. And you will see I am no whiz at these, but I do remember one time when I was working in cloud seeding in North Dakota. And the forecaster in Bismarck, who I happened to be visiting at the time, we would get about a week off in the middle of everything to just kind of give us a break because we were on 24/7 as far as having to be on alert, looking for stuff. And, yep, right about there. Okay. I thought I'd go see what the forecaster did, because he was also kind of like me. He was a hired person that would come in temporarily for the season. And as he did hit one of his, I was doing mine. Now I have to say these are not the best in the world. I do pretty well with them, but they do look a little sloppy from time to time. But he was amazed at the speed at which I had one of the maps done. Of course, by that time, I'd already been through 3 years at AccuWeather and had been kind of doing stuff at home using Digital Atmosphere to draw up some of my maps back in the day. And was that? Oh, weather. Yeah. Well, one of them. There was a DOS version that Tim Vasquez um, drew up or did first, and I started using that. And then when he created a Windows version, and I think I was using that for the first one or two versions. Eventually, when I got into the weather service, I kind of stopped using it unless we had it there at the office, which at Jackson we did. Let's see, 24. This one's going to be pretty easy. There isn't a lot of things going on as we have this high pressure over the Great Lakes. From what you saw on the WPC analysis. And I'm doing this so that I can get a little bit better again. I feel like I'm not as proficient at recognizing some things as I was. So I'm trying to do this again to get things going. Oh, now I've lost my markup. There we go. So as I do a lot of these things, switch my pencils here and change colors to brown, which is what I usually tend to use for NEF analysis. And if you're unfamiliar with the NEF analysis, it's just basically kind of sketching in where the clouds are. you want at least the brokens, or at least the overcast, but you also want the brokens in here too. Broken ceiling. Oh, I don't think that one's there. Yeah, that one's okay. There's a few streaks of clouds in here that need to be watched. I'm looking forward to having a nice clear sky here tonight. I think in another 45 minutes ish, there's supposed to be a launch out of out of Wallops Island, Maryland, and it might be visible here under our fairly clear sky off to our south. I don't know. We're not sure how well we'll be able to see it. I haven't looked up much. One of the local TV stations was saying it might be visible. So, let's see. That looks. Oh, here we go. In here. Anyways, the idea with map analysis, as I've always been kind of taught, is you're looking for areas of upward motion and temperature contrasts and things. So in this case, upward motion can be shown by clouds. So where the systems are. Try not to get this too dark here. Oh yeah, back that off. Oh, I'm filling everything in. Now what I don't see on here is a whole lot in the way of rain anywhere. So this part of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes looks like it's pretty clean. I'm going to change this to blue. And I'm going to darken it up again and put the nice big blue H here. There's a nice little ridge line down this way. And another one up towards this direction. I missed those. So 22 is about here. Okay, so the pressures are lowering, so we know that there's another low pressure system coming in. There's one that departed. It was off to the south here. And we basically have just a few clouds out and around the area with this going on. Let's see. I said that this is the 23Z from 12. Yep. 21. So that's the map. Now that I'm done, I save it as a PDF. That goes into a directory. I think it did, hopefully. Oh well, it's on here now, so that's fine. And we're just going to go back real quick and take a look at the SPC analysis page. Okay, so these are every 4 millibars. So 28, 24, here's 20. Yeah, there's the low. The frontal system. So there's a weak front up to the north. This is the system off to the south. A little bubble high over the Carolinas and the Tidewater area. And the ridge goes all the way down into here. I know my parents who live out on the West Coast, they were talking about they were supposed to get some rain and some cool temperatures. Looks like that they are doing that. Well, maybe not. Oh, no, looks 76 there in Portland. 63 on the coast. So, yeah, overall not too bad. Let's see if my camera will get back active again after resetting itself. Yep. And I will come back to the analysis cam. There we are. So I'll take off my reading glasses. Yeah, so that was basically what the main part of the whole thing is about. I'll get better at this as I start to get a little bit more comfortable with everything, and I need to make some hotkeys. I'm going to move this back to my main camera. There we go. And once I do that, then things look like we could. I might try this. I'll try to keep working on this to get things kind of filled out. It was just kind of a spur of the moment decision to try and get this done. Now I just have to do a little bit of editing, and I'll be moving on my way onto YouTube. I will probably try to do these live at some point. It would be kind of nice. I don't expect them to take much longer than this, depending on how involved we are. I see I'm running about 16 minutes right now, so that's probably about how much I want to do. Not much more than that. So, anyways, take care and see you later.